Well, hey there! Today we are roasting 250 grams of Chiapas Mexican. And here we go. We are at 200. And we are about ready to drop. 203 degrees. This is all Celsius, by the way. Turn the heat back down a little bit. And we're dropping. We've charged. Heat goes down to 3. Pardon me. 5. So today we're doing a full roast. I'm going to show how the ventilation system is working, and we're only going to do 250 grams because it is still in the experimental phases, everything working together, airflow and whatnot. If you are in doubt, you can do the airflow test and see that you have enough in there. It looks like we're almost reaching a turning point already. That's rather fast. But I thought we'll do a full roast, not paying too much attention to what I do. It's really not necessary. I really do not like this gauge. The only propane regulator I could find, and it is just not, it's rather jumpy. Once you get it set, it works fine. Turning point is here. Heat goes back up to 8. So this is really more of a just show you how my system works, not necessarily the details. Of course they're important, but it's also important that these things work for me, may not work for you. Different kind of bean blend and whatnot is not necessarily the same as what I have here. So it is just to show a full roast of what I'm doing in my system. 35 on the heat, or air rather, is in my case is gosh, this thing, I really am not a fan of that. I know I enclosed the link at some point, but I will not recommend this. 35 volts is what goes to the motor. This is a volt AC, and thus we have a certain speed. I would consider that a low volume. Low, maybe a little medium, but mostly low. And I just feel that in my green stages of roasting coffee, that is really what I consider is good for this roast schedule. I may vary it in the future. So again, the heat settings, inches of water, column of propane, also coupled with a burner and yada yada, is all going to be different for you. So this is just to show, this is how my system's working. As you can see, it is slowly creeping up, kind of a pain in the rear, but it is what it is, and that's all I got. So we're getting close to end of the dry end. Probably have another 30 seconds to go. Artisan accepts or projects it being 4 minutes and 4 seconds and 5, which is just in a few seconds. You can see the color is starting to change. I'm not sure you can see this, but I'd say another 10 seconds and we're at end of dry. We will call that dry end. I'm going to drop the heat if I can, if this thing will let me. Oh my goodness. You feel my pain, right? Slowly dropping my heat, so let me. There you go. Into the browning phase. Mind you that the temperatures of the environment versus the bean, this is a 600 gram roaster, and I'm only roasting 250 grams, so less than half of it. So this curve here, and also by the way, the temperatures are in Celsius, so that obviously is a little bit different than what you see when you roast in Fahrenheit. Oh my goodness. Well, we're in the ballpark. So that's why you see the curves, they're emerging already here. It's just really, when you roast in less than half the capacity of the roaster, it's just different. They will crisscross here in a not too distant future. And let's see how this is going. I think we're okay. It's expecting first crack at 744. I think we'll be a little bit higher than that, but we'll have a look. When you roast more towards the capacity of the roaster, you typically will see them still be apart when you get to the first crack part. But that's okay. Everything changes when you change the amount that you roast. I don't know if that was there is a popper there. I say that was number 2. Need a couple more and then we'll go for it. There we go. We'll call that first crack. And we'll go to heat 6. There we go. I apologize for the water heater going. One of my daughters decided to take a shower in the middle of me roasting coffee, so that is what it is, down to 6. So what we're doing is we're lowering the heat 2 different places. We're lowering it, 3. When you drop it, I'll lower it to soak the beans a little bit. When we're at the turning point, I'll bring it back up. And I also lower it when it's end of drying phase. And I also lower it a little bit again once it is first crack. Getting a little close. You can see that the temperatures are now merged up here. It is what it is. Still into first crack a little bit. Getting close to the end, it's getting less frequent. Still a few afterthoughts in it. Still going. Still doing a little cracking. I'm going to call that in the first crack. I think we're there. Turn the gas off, and we get ready to drop. Crank the heat. And our very sophisticated drying cooling apparatus, pardon me. The nice thing about this evacuation system is whatever chaff that's left and air will get sucked right back in through the system. We're going to get to empty that here in just a second. Using a little paintbrush when it's cold enough. This is a hair dryer that my wife gave me for Christmas that only has, well, it has a cold setting. So, of course you can dry your hair in hot, but this thing will also dry your hair, or in this case, cool your coffee beans with no heat. It's just cold. Works really well. Amazing machine. And you can see there's very little chaff left. And there we go. Down to just a little bit above room temperature. I call that pretty nice. So we'll spend 5 minutes, no reason for the tape to run for 5 minutes with nothing, and we'll let this thing cool down, and we'll come back in 5 minutes. Everything will be as you see it here, and we'll empty the filter. So here we are back again. It cooled down for about 5 minutes. I'll turn the fan off. What I'm going to do instead, I'm just going to open the unit so that we have natural convection going through here. You can use whatever set of gloves, or you can wait for an hour till the whole thing has cooled down. This nice roaster from Kaldi Fortis came with this particular set of gloves, and that's what I'm going to use. So air gets sucked out here in through the, it's actually a beer hop brewing filter that I use. How it's rigged, you have to watch that in my other videos that I have. But the way I've created it is it's a press fit with gasket up here, so it comes off up here, and then it is just a ring. and then it comes apart. You spill some, I mean, it is what it is. I would call that quite normal. So here you have a filter cartridge like this, and a gasket. However you then want to evacuate that, you can vacuum it, you can do whatever. Normally I just put my shop vac to it, but we'll use the brush this time. Maybe not everybody has a shop vac. So fine mesh stainless steel, big heavy mesh stainless steel. This part number is linked to the purchasing it is on my other YouTube video that shows when it was installed. And then of course we have remaining chaff in here. And looks like that's it. So there's the chaff that we got collected in here, and we have just a minute bit in the chaff collector for the unit. Done. This thing goes back in. Put some silicone in it, and it's a press fit. And that is how easy that is. We are ready for the next filtration. You can see that obviously there is a little bit of mess laying around, but it ain't bad. I'll take it. Actually, it works really amazing. Now you're just not pumping it outside, which I was in the beginning, but nonetheless, pretty cool. That concludes today's roast. We'll stop with a little, you can't see that in there, but the drum. If you have any questions, fire away. I'll try to do the best I can to answer them, and there you have it. See you later.